It always felt like something you'd only see in a drama film. A single night flipping an entire group of close friends upside down. But a few months ago, it happened to us. A night that was meant to be fun and harmless ended up tearing apart nearly every relationship in our circle. There were 4 couples in our group. One had been married for 3 years and had a little one at home. My wife, Mara, and I had been married for just over a year. Another couple had tied the knot last summer. The final pair, Rachel and Nick, were getting ready for their wedding scheduled for early February. We were all around the same age, had similar jobs, lived in the same area, and had grown close over time through shared memories and milestones. But that bond would be tested and shattered by a single night. Rachel and Nick's wedding was the next big thing on our calendars, and everyone had been counting down the days. As with most weddings, there were 2 events leading up to it that everyone expected: the Bachelor and Bachelorette parties. Those parties can be divisive depending on how you see them, but for our group, it was more about letting loose with friends than anything reckless. Nick arranged a simple night at a local nightclub for the guys, making it clear up front that things wouldn't get out of hand. He told us Rachel didn't want any inappropriate behavior, no ogling dancers, no shady surprises. She wanted them to go into their marriage with mutual respect. I remember joking around, giving him a bit of a hard time. "Come on, man. This is your last night of freedom, and you're going soft." The rest of the guys laughed along, nudging him like always. "Relax," Nick replied with a smirk. "There are 4 of us. If we drink enough, we'll come up with 4 dumb ideas anyway. We'll still have fun." Saturday rolled around. We all got into a cab and headed out to the club. Meanwhile, our wives had gone to a karaoke bar to celebrate the bachelorette party. We started with a few drinks, caught up on old memories, and slowly let the evening unwind into laughter and light-hearted mischief. I called Mara once or twice during the night just to check in. "How's your night going?" I asked during one call. "It's amazing," she said cheerfully. "Rachel won some contest, popped all the balloons first and got a brandy bottle. We're chasing champagne with it now." I laughed. "That bottle's probably half gone already, huh?" "Nope. Just getting started," she giggled. "Gotta go before the girls drink it all without me." She sounded like she was having a great time. I passed the update to the guys, and we kept the drinks coming on our end too. But when I called again an hour later, something was different. Her voice was slurred, noticeably so, and there was an odd edge to her tone, like she was trying to hide something. "You sure it's just you girls?" I asked, only half joking. "I swear I hear guys in the background." That triggered a sharp, defensive response. "No. It's just us, just the girls." Then she hung up. I couldn't get through to her again after that. Our night continued without any red flags. More drinks, more laughter, and by the time we stumbled out of the club, it was nearly 3 a.m. When I got home, Mara still hadn't returned, and her phone was completely off. Eventually, I heard her clumsily crashing around the apartment. She tripped over a chair, then knocked over a side table trying to tiptoe inside. I got out of bed to help her. She was totally out of it, barely able to stand, much less speak clearly. "Why didn't you answer your phone?" I asked as I tried to steady her. She muttered something about her phone dying, and then collapsed into bed without another word. Sleep was out of the question for me at that point. I had a throbbing headache, the kind where even lying down hurts. I dragged myself to the kitchen for some aspirin and water. Just as I took a pill, my phone rang, loud and piercing in my already fried brain. It was Nick. He sounded rattled. "Mara home yet?" he asked quickly. "Yeah, just got in." "Wasted," I replied. "She can't even talk straight." In the background, I could hear Rachel yelling, something crashing, maybe a dish or glass. "Man, you have no idea what they did," Nick snapped. "The same women who told us not to even think about hiring dancers at our party." He paused, breathing heavily. "Check your phone. I'm sending you something." Then he hung up. What I saw next made my stomach churn. The pictures Nick had sent left no space for doubt. There they were, Mara, Rachel, and the rest of the girls, with male dancers clearly drunk, clearly engaging in behavior that went way beyond innocent fun. I could barely process it. My hands trembled. My heart pounded in my chest. Nick called again. This time he was full-on furious. You see that? I could barely speak. Yeah, I whispered. They didn't just have dancers. They got hammered and started messing around with them. One of them even filmed it. I've got video, man. I don't need to see that, I said quickly. The photos were already too much. I left the apartment immediately, needed fresh air to breathe, to think, to somehow ground myself. When I finally returned, I went straight to Mara. Pack a bag, I told her, calm but firm. You need to leave. She stuttered, scrambled for lies, tried to pin it on the other women. But when I showed her the photos, she fell silent. No more excuses. Just guilt and shame in her eyes. An hour later, Nick sent out a group message canceling the wedding. He apologized to guests and said, "If you want to know why, ask Rachel." That was all. On what should have been his wedding day, Nick invited us to meet for drinks. We were all emotionally wrecked. No one really spoke for a while. Then someone asked what we were all thinking. Do you think they were just drunk? Or did they want this all along? No one had an answer. After a few rounds of beer, we half laughed at the irony. We'd been denied a wild bachelor party, and yet our wives went and had one that ended in betrayal. In the end, we decided to have a party anyway. Not for the wedding that never happened, but maybe as a weird celebration of our unwanted new status. That one night, just one, broke 3 relationships to pieces. Everything we thought was safe, loyal, and secure was obliterated in a few drunken hours. It was brutal, surreal, and permanent.